I want to give some examples of situations where you want to find a formula for a power function that's described in words. Okay, here's the first example. You're told that the gravitational force that one object exerts on another is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Write a formula that represents force F as a function of distance d. So if you know a little bit about physics, you know this is Newton's law of gravitation. But how do we understand this mathematically? Well, we have one quantity force, we have another quantity d, we're going to find the relationship between them. What are the key words here? Well, we have the word proportional, but we also have inversely proportional. The other important word here is the square. Now, of course, the force, so we're going to say force, that's F, is equal to, and we have proportional, so we're going to use a K. K will be our constant of proportionality. And now we have the square of the distance. D is the distance. But the key thing here is that we're using inversely proportional. So it's not simply the square of the distance, it's the multiplicative inverse of that. So it's 1 over d squared. The inverse refers to the fact that we do 1 over distance was d, squared. So altogether we get force is equal to k times 1 over d squared, or simply k over d squared. So force is inversely, that's why it's in the denominator, proportional, that's why we have k, to the distance squared. Okay, let's do another example. After witnessing a serious accident, the number of people who call 911 is proportional to the square root of the total number of people who witnessed the accident. Write a formula for the number n who call 911 as a function of the number p of people who witnessed the accident. Okay, so let's look for some keywords here. Again, we have the word proportional, but with no inversely this time. We also have square root. That gives us a power. It's the power 1/2, or just the square root. So we hope that this is a power function. So we start to write this n, that's the number of people who call, is proportional. So we have k for the constant of proportionality to the square root of the total number of people who witnessed. The people who witnessed that was called p. So we have p, but we take the square root of that, which means we raise to the 1/2 power. In other words, we have k times the square root of p. Okay, these have been two examples about how to write a formula for power function described in words.